Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Dominion Gaming TV. My name is Wolf, and today I'm bringing to you another game of this Battle Royale series between Team Imp and Team Wolf. Today we're going to be having two fine players, the one and only Impstar, who's going to be playing for Team Imp. How are you, sir?
I'm great.
And we have Ice representing Team Wolf, the one and only Ice from StarCraft fame, who is amazing and a god of the game. And so I'm going to be getting him in here, subbing him into the highly more skilled game of Dawn of War 2, which is a far superior RTS of all time, of course. How are you guys? And are you guys ready to do battle on Caldera's Refinery?
I'm good, I'm ready to go. I mean, it's not as easy as playing Protoss, but Chaos should be good enough, so we'll see.
Alright, well, let's get this game underway. Host, can you please start that rack up? We're going to be having ourselves a Chaos versus Orks matchup. Impstar, what do you think you're going to be able to bring to the table to take down Ice and Team Wolf in this game?
Lots and lots of boys. I'm just going to keep throwing boys at you.
What do you have to say in response to that, Ice?
Chaos is pretty strong. I'll just leave it at that.
This is very true. Imp and Ice, any last words for your opponent before we get this game underway?
I hope he knows what map he wants to play, because he'll be picking the next one.
Sure, I agree. I'm going to be picking the next one. I've played this enough.
Alright. Good luck, have fun. Team Wolf versus Team Imp. Chaos versus Orks. Let's get this game underway. Alright, so now the Skype call has ended. It is just me now casting this fine game. These two have to battle it out in Dawn of War, which is a great RTS made by Relic Entertainment, who have made Company of Heroes, Dawn of War 1, and Company of Heroes 2 as well. They're pretty much an RTS company, but they've made, but all their RTSs have been really great and very tactical and very positional based. So let's introduce our two players, spawning in the blue side, playing as the Chaos. He's using the Chaos Lord. His name is Ice. Oh yeah. And his opponent, playing as the Mech Boy, we have ourselves Impstar. Oh yeah, look at those boys. Look at all those glorious, glorious boys. Alright, let's get this underway. Caldera's Refinery, strategic victory point, capture. We're going to be having 3 VPs all down the middle of the map. So if you want to control the VPs, you've got to control the center of the map. But the thing about this map though is that you got your powers on the far wings, you got your 2 natural powers on each side, and then your requisition in between. So it's a good balanced map where you've got to try and spread out your forces all over the place. But I do find that blue side has the advantage. Just in the early game, they can get some early pushes up onto red side if they are able to push hard and fast enough. No real skirmishes happening right now, but we are going to be seeing Ice doing that early push up into the middle, capturing that center DP to get the early point lead. Build wise, we have just seen 2 sluggers and a shooter boy come out for Impstar. We're going to be using all of those melee attacking and all that shit. But just the Heretic and Chaos Marine squad from Ice for the time being. In production, we are going to be getting an early Havoc squad. This is really quick. Obviously, getting this power node and then upgrading it to get these 2 power generators really early is a good way to get some nice tech really quick. If you don't actually get any units early on, like getting a second Heretic squad or another Space Marine squad, you can really push out an early Havoc squad and punish opponents who don't know how to deal with it. Now, in this engagement, you would think that the boys would probably win, but obviously you're going to be having the Chaos Lord coming from behind and help them out, and Space Marines are going to have to back out for the time being. Now, Chaos Lord isn't actually a playstyle I've seen Ice use very often, but it is also very strong, just because it is very hitty, very bashy, very much like the Force Commander of Space Marines. But he is going to have to be careful though, because he is isolated. But we are going to be seeing the Havoc Squad set up here and flank onto the Mech Boy as well. Heretics coming in, Chaos Lord still pretty much at full health. And if he's not careful, he's going to lose his Mech Boy. He's going to have to retreat him really quickly here. Actually, also getting a quick grenade launcher as well onto the Heretics. Going to be able to do tons of damage. He's actually going to has the heavy looter, but he needs to be very careful. We're going to be retreating both his shooter squad, which did get upgraded to get the big shooter, and his Mech Boy and his sluggers as well. But is that going to be a squad wipe? Not quite. Just going to be able to just get away. And for the time being, Ice has secured the center of the map once again. Now from here, we're only seeing a looter squad come out a little bit delayed from Imp, but all you need is a nice, good, slow push, and you can push the tech back mid once you have the units. It's one thing about this matchup and setup is that in this game you can just sit back a bit and tech up and just rely on pushing on these outside points to get points, power, and requisition early, and just rely on that to push yourself into the mid game. But actually, Jamie has gone for a solid kind of setup of just going dual Havocs early, and any push into the center here is going to be a suicide. Impstar's going to have to try and see this and move around it, but it's going to be quite difficult considering how entrenched Ice is already set up here. And if no... oh no. These boys are just going to get in real repressed real quick, and it's going to lose so many of them. Is that going to be a squad wipe already? Oh, so close. One unit left. Yes, that's one squad of boys down. That's two squads of boys down really early in the game. But is that going to be a commander? Yes, the HQ goes down. Chaos Lord is going to be killed. So that's going to be quite expensive to get back up. But that's 540 requisition that he can't actually get back. And that's going to be another squad wipe here. It is just going to be looters left on the table for Impstar. He's looking, shit's looking quite dire for him. Is he going to be able to come back into this? He just lost so much requisitions worth of units here. Ice content with just playing the defense here, which is a smart move here. Doesn't need to really overextend, but if the good flank is set up, then he could suffer from it. We are going to be seeing a second looter squad being set up here. I think Impstar just wants to set up a relatively slow push and consolidate himself. He's only got the 1 power at the moment compared to Jamie's 5 power generators. No, yeah, 5 power generators, which is going to be able to push him up into tier 2 way quicker than Impstar. With the unit lead, he's already halfway completed his tier 2 for the Chaos Temple. This is just going to propel him way into the mid game. Probably going to get out a Dreadnought and just take control of the game, and maybe even push down Impstar back into his base. One thing that the Orks do have though at tier 1 is the beamy def guns. They can upgrade to the beamy def guns, which is really good. Makes them able to deal with Dreadnoughts still on tier 1, but if he falls too far behind, it's going to get very dicey very quickly. Heretics just poking around, prodding around, finding out where his opponent's army is, and Impstar, just for the time being, is going to be capping up to the north side. Not really going to deal with this battle down the middle, but it is actually going to force Ice to reposition his Havocs to try and deal with this setup. But there's already some looters set up here. Is he going to engage in this position? That's the real question. Overlapping Havocs here. 2 Havoc squads coming down onto the looters. And sadly, this looter squad isn't actually shooting. I don't know why. What happened there? that looter should have been shooting, but it wasn't, and gets the squad wipe as well again, forcing Impstar to retreat here. Ice being confident for a good reason here, and actually gets Blood Crusher first off here, tier 2. I don't mind this choice, as you can just push it straight into the enemy base if you want, but you'll probably just use it to just control the middle of the map a lot easier. Chaos Lord did actually get revived as well now, which is good. And he's going to be just using this Chaos Space Marine squad just to go around the top side, kill some stuff. So I think he's using the Word Bearers skin there. Looking mighty fine in that red and silver. And he's looking quite dire for him. I think his best bet at this stage is just going to be go into game 2 and consolidate. But he's checking up to tier 2 so that he can actually get something out. But at this point, I don't think there's much in tier 2 that can help him out at this point. Tank busters are good, but you need the other units to be able to help him out. We are going to be seeing actually the Mark of Khorne being added to this Chaos Space Marine squad. So with those Havocs just dealing heaps of damage and suppressing from behind, these Khorne Space Marines are going to be going in there and wreaking havoc with their chain axes. Beautiful, beautiful chain axes. So both of these have actually been turned into anti-vehicle, or autocannons. So better for just versing most different units. They're quite strong, I do say. We're setting up a shrine to Khorne as well. Now this is really, there's not much that can happen here. Orks are going to try and be coming down now. But Blood Crusher just comes in, Chaos Lord just comes in, and there's just so much damage to be had here. And these autocannons and las cannons are just going to be doing so much damage. And they're going to be forcing another retreat. Ice is taking this game into control from the get-go. From that first big engagement in mid with his Havoc squad, has really set the pace of the match. Tier 2 has been accomplished. A Slugger Boy has been gotten, as well as a Death Dread. This, I believe, will be the final push of Impstar. From here, there isn't much else that he can do. There's just too much on the field now. There's also you got the las cannon, the auto cannon, and it's just going to be way too much for him to be able to deal with. And the las cannon's just going to have to pick off this Death Dread before it even gets in there, really. Blood Crushers as well. It's going to do so much damage. And Death Dread is going to actually die before it actually gets to do the damage it wants to do. Focus down real quick. Another boy squad going to be obliterated by this chaos. And we're going to be seeing the mech boy. GG is going to be called. Impstar going to be throwing into the towel here. Surrendering. The mech boy goes down. And Ice takes game number 1 of this Dawn of War series. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys in the next game.